Good morning, folks. It's 10:19 a.m. on the 8th day, 7th month, 2023. Let's see if I can make myself happier and with the angle of the dangle here. Now, I won't be able to see a lot of comments at once, but I should be able to see some. This makes it so the dates are showing. And let's get rid of the legend down at the bottom, and it opens up more space. And we're going to talk about the weather today. And says, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It was satisfied more than I was yesterday. Right, I'm going to show you the combinations. I'm going to show you what's coming today and for tomorrow for New Zealand. And you're going to want to pay attention to this if it's your choice to want to know what the weather's going to be in an accurate way. There's some firework explosions going here. Low deck, high deck, each one spinning a square. Bombs coming in this direction. Bombs going in that direction. Well, it's supposed to be flowing in that direction. Obvious geoengineering deployment going on here in the Tasman Sea to the east of the North Island of New Zealand. As I come on down here to the Kiwis Beak and down here to the beef Wellingtons of it all, where the people get to eat the beef and the other people get the wow bombs. Total bomb fest. Okay, so let me move my keyboard here and we're going to swing her into action. And you got some decent totals that are going to be brunting in more toward this area here. See, this square has created a boundary line here. And it's also created a earthquake risk for some smalls right there where the scalar square is over the top here. It's been nucleated in the chem bombs. So just watch that area here. Right here above this great big obtrusive arrow. Boom. Boom, boom, and another big squares exploding out and explosions. It's a square over the top of you. And you zoom back, you see another big square looking thing right here on the low deck. And that one's most likely going to be spinning counterclockwise in a high pressure type way. Highs and lows, geoengineering blows. There she blows. Here she is, the Mollius, the big old Mollius. Right in your face, dangling it around. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Bing, bing, bing. Bomb, ba, bam, 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 bam. Bing, ba, bing, 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 bing. This is Monday. Mundane Monday. Let's turn on some of the Piney-Peters particle particulations there. Yeah. And we'll bring this onto the frame and we'll show you the happenings of it all. As the up and around move very predictably had to happen. Why? Because you changed the flow. Away she goes. Now we're waiting for that big cut move to come through here. It's going to be sometime in the next few hours. The big beam will be shooting up or down, depending on who does it. That island or that island. Most likely this one is in the right position to send that on its way and pin that moisture in a flow. As she does the up and around, and as she gets the old socket Tommy to this entire half of the North Island. Yeah, the soggy thumb, man. All the way on down. And Wellington itself is going to cop it more than most over the next two large events that are about to impact you coming up through the next 10 days. Now zooming along quicker. It's not stopping. You're still wet. Yeah, but that's good news for some of the North Island, and there's some of your totals to show. I didn't intend it to happen at that moment, but it just did. And yeah, you definitely got your pickles down here. that is not enough water showing. It's going to be heavier than that. So that is a lie. It's probably getting a little more accurate, and I'm expecting a lot more rain in this corner down here than that they're showing here over the next 10 days. But really what you're wanting to know about is what's happening in the next 3 days. And the action in the next 3 days is here, Gisborne area, down over here to the Penis Insulated of the Mahia beach over here in Bustanucka. And Nuahaka, there's someplace here where you're going to be puking. Apua, gosh, Puahakarura, Gamanamoka, in a little grass shack, and a fucking Chinese shores over there. Hey, what we got here? Hi. I don't quite believe those totals. It's just awful pinpoint accuracy for this creek over here that's going to impact this the area here, because you might need a new bridge. Well, maybe it's been proposed and you said no. Will you say no now? Or maybe they want a new bike path and maybe this is in the way. Maybe your house is in the way over here at River Trail and you need some freedom from your deed. Right? I will be looking at the planning permissions over here because that's a very strategic area here. Another area that's going to absolutely have problems is here at the crossroads of these rivers here, where all these things are set up to hold that thing and bring that lahar right on down to you. Just bring that water right for somebody over there into the Wayapawa River. Oh my. Yeah, that's just a direct shot. Just bring it right to you. We'll just wipe this bridge out. It's possible. You don't see much of an increase on the 5s after the 3s. That means event 1 over. And a little tickle on the next one. Expect those totals to rise. I kind of has you much more serious situation on the 3s. Much more serious situation. When they're saying everybody's getting it in a 6 centimeter amount coming down in a few days is going to be a big fucking problem. And they're saying it's in the next 24 hours. I'm kind of in agreement with that, which is going to swell the streams to kill the drains. So you guys be very careful over here. Hastings, all these major areas on the tributaries of these rivers here that start up here in the mountains. Because which comes down over here could often be coming over there. And wow, when you get stuff like this being deployed over the top of you, I am not surprised about the pinpoint accuracy of saying, well, we'll have some here, then we have a dividing line, so we'll have some there. I got a microwave dividing line right here, so we're definitely going to get a big old squall full right here, and the thumb right here all the way across, and there's nothing you're going to do about that. Meanwhile, the up and over move, the continued combination of the nation of New Zealand is actually happening over here too. The Anzac actuals over here, we got it going. Oh my God, the friar is at over Port Kembla. Kembam. Again, everything is for sale, the Trove and all this. I'm going to thirst for this off. You feel these names. Sometimes it's just better to say, hey man, this is Mother Earth. If I could take the border off totally, maybe you'll start to see a world that you don't know. Well, you'll see that somebody's controlling the weather over this country here that's underneath here. Right? This is Australia. This is a country here that's getting counted. Look at these lines here. Right? And if you go this way, do you care more if I put a political line on the map? Or do you care more now? Because this could be anybody's backyard. Now, what do you care more about? This or this? I care more about this. Because that's the ocean. A lot of things here, we are us. And we asked for our own poisoning. They didn't ask for it out here in the ocean. When I take off those labels and I take off all the borders, this is what our mother wanted us. This is our birthright. Our birthright has no borders. It has no limits. But yet, all this money is available for philanthropists who say we're useless eaters that make us ill and have bad teeth that we could hardly eat, for giving us their toxic waste and convincing us we need it in our bodies. Have you seen some of the new nutrition charts? Or like a diet of Fruit Loops is what you're supposed to have? No. Don't be villainizing all the keto diet stuff. Big squares off the coast here. I know I'm off the coast. I know exactly where I am. You see where I am? Do you care more now than you did a minute ago? Because I showed you Sydney and the Gong and all that. Do you care more? And if I did the Great Barrier Reef and I show you the chembimes here, what do you care more about? What is it up to you? When do you care more? When do you care less? Right? I see a borderless world. I've been watching fireworks deployments on satellite for a long time. I didn't really thought to do what I did the other day until I was watching the 4th of July ones and I seen the shape charges were very obvious. So I was going to try. I had it all queued up. And it's the last time my computer functioned properly to show you guys the guilt. Yeah, I took another one for the team. I'm going to show you now. It's loading here. Now, when you care about things, you should care about it all. And I don't see borders as being anything but divisive and bad. We put up a fence so animals can't roam freely. Come on, I'm trying to flip the camera around here. It's not cooperating. There we go. I've got it loaded without the flashing lights. That was my object there. You know, when do you care more? You know, I know where I am here. I know that's the Great Barrier Reef right here. I also know there's other reefs around here besides the Great Barrier one that I care about as well. But if I take that off, you still see the outline of the coast, don't you? It's just there. But what do you care more about? Is this waveform coming up here smashing out the ocean while it's intersecting that there? These waveforms off the coast over here as we head up to the far north in Cairns. Yeah, I know where I am by the look of where I am. Big old microwave blast going up there on the low deck of the ocean. And this causes infrasonic undulations that are definitely bad for animals that communicate infrasonically. Even in the air with the bats and stuff, it's got to drive them batty. Dad joke. Grandpa joke. What are you talking about? Palmerville. Big old Sanchez Dub Sky. That's as much as it's going to let me do the zoom on the boom, but I can do this, and show the shit. Look at this over here between Palmerville's and Cairns. This is an obvious firework, artillery method deployment of chemicals in our skies. Just like I showed you yesterday. Streaming over this area. Or Innisfail, Ingham, all that. Absolutely smashed. I bet that shows up on their webcams. Shall we have a quick peek? I showed you a few days of what was coming, haven't I? Let's do a few more, and then I'm going to do Australia. You guys get, just the next few days is my main concern for New Zealand. Is you got a batch after batch after batch. This is going to be a fairly long rain event. But not all of it's going to be torrential. Yeah, sorry about that there. That's no snows. Thunderstorms not existing. There we go. These hotkeys, man. You video game players already got that down pat. So this storm here is mostly going to be bringing in the cola on the low deck at the nucleate the storms that are going to give you the wintry mix. And it's going to make things very, very beautiful and frosty and crunchy underfoot. See, wintry all the way up into the higher elevations here down across Cook Strait. Might even get some pretty pictures from the ferries going across. Christ, cancel culture hasn't changed the name of ferries yet. The ferry across the Wellington. Right, it's about the most interesting moments you got. Where you're going to say, oh my God, I'm getting a Smackington. It's coming in on the 18th, 19th, like I said. It is going to be a wicked one. And after that, I do see a bit of a break. And the possibility of this doing a dive down. Don't believe that that's popping again. It's the map not keeping up because the computer said fuck you to me a while ago. Because they said fuck you to the man. And any help towards a new system, I graciously accept at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. I ain't begging. Yeah, but I do welcome it because I'm tired of having to do forecasts like this. Somebody says good evening. Now, does anybody want me to look at any specific place? Billy Go Connect Humans, somebody says. That was very funny there, actually. Good morning, good evening, good day, goodbye, everybody else. And I'm going to go on to show you what's going to go on now, Australia. Right, it's your turn. And most of your action is happening down here from follow my top of my hand over and right from their south. Including you the Tasmaniacs, as you're sending another big puff of crap hemmed up and over. Have it, New Zealand. And this is, you do have a few events that are going to give some fairly decent totals. And you feel it here, I feel it about you'll get a good accurate of what's coming on about the 18th, 19th. I'm thinking it's about the 19th my time, which could be halfway through 19th or into the early 20th your time, when you'll get the big smackaroo from the batch that's coming well west of you. See, I've taken the forecast well beyond what Windy's going to tell you. We have a report of shed loads of rain in wearing a Bula, Victoria, Australia, with 2 kangaroos hopping. Yeah, that was very incredible. 2 of them hopping. Hoppity hops. Hoppity hop, smack you with the tail when they go by, randomly doles out the justice for Mother Nature. Would any of you go outside if that was done? If the kangaroos knew about the burning out of the lands where they live and the torturing of all the insects and everything with the pesticides that they like to eat, or even the fruit who's been sprayed like bugs by us, would you be able to go outside, or would there be a big red waiting on your ass everywhere you went? That's right, you'd be skipping that kangaroo, that's for sure. They're very impressive. Yep. I know everybody's looking in New Zealand. I'm not. I'm actually got my eyes up here and watching for a flow change, because your 14 line is right across the top of you. And that does not make sense why you don't have more rain up here. So I'm watching this closely. Either a beam is shooting up here holding it off, or they could just tinkle toe it right on down on top of you, like old Twinkle Toe Flintstone. They would just have that fucking strike right on down there to you guys. Just get it right in you. But when they want to flood the south, they got to heat block the north. You can't allow those flows to mix. Like even that right there is a brief moment of bubble up, which is going to cause some storms. But they'll want to trap that door closed to keep this weather plan in. So I'm watching for the atmospheric heaters, or the excuse of a solar mass ejection to be used as a lie at the cover. Now get a bubble. So you're going to get some storms. So it's going to spit a low in there. That's how they're going to work it over. It's like they're moving the eyeglasses over. You see the eyeglass move, the Moloch? You get that move like that with that much of a gap in Malacca over there, and you're going to be a wet Malacca. So fucking moist. Oh, and on the 10s, 5s, 10s, big event coming. Big streamers starting to show up here. They're bringing one down. It has to happen. Will they cause a spinner off the coast? The dynamics clearly say yes. So we'll be watching for this on the end of the 10s. You got a problem coming. There'll be a spinner. Yeah, wicked times ahead when it comes to geoengineering, and I think the only thing left to do is try to show you some radar or some weather action that's going on right this very minute. And well, with the reliability of the New Zealand weather radar is about as reliability as nothing. It's like counting on a fart. It had to be dry. The government told people to trust their farts. They'd be eating beans and pushing. We'd all be covered in more shit than we already are for people listening to the government. Because it's a government scam. Because you're too busy watching lies to open up your mind and make a world that's good. Who could lock you up tomorrow? Take away your dreams. Hit you with some EMF until you want to scream. The government. Yes, the government scam. Because you're too busy watching lies to open up your mind and make the world that's good. Ooh, right toward the nose. You see the head and the nose, the shape of the river? Straight up its nose. It's doing a huge sniffing the lake. Straight up his old nose with the rubber hose full of combinations. Oh, they must need a new hydrogen power plant here over in Kadoom, boom, 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 bah. Had nothing of greatness to see there. No huge high tops. It's not very interesting to me. Let's see what the infrared's going to show me. Yeah, everything, all the action should be down here, because that's where I seen all the chem. All the chem clearly said that. This is about the most accurate weather image I can get for you, New Zealand, so you're going to get what I get. It looks like you got 4 tendrils off the coast working in, but expect some of that to come up and around. And so the chem bomb over here is coming over there. Definitely a dividing line here in the chem. See it? There's a beam swat. Great. They've been looking for this. Let's go find it. Shall we find it? Yeah. I don't want you to see the flashing lights. Yeah, so I'm going to briefly give you that John Belushi samurai eye. There is that view. There is this. Where is Mimic? Mimic. Mr. Benz. Excellent. Show me the beam. Excellent. Okay, I can show it now. She's not flashing. Flash. He ate his vegetables because it was unacceptable. I'm trying to bend at this thing so it shows up better. Right. Oh my. Yeah. You're blasting. Absolute blasting. Right. Last frame. You have a beam shooting here. Can you see it better now? Right. See it right here, that dividing line? Again, it's cut. Now that runs into that. All the condensates bump into it. And you have another cut here, and one coming here, and one coming here, and all lines port to Blenheim. Right here. See the wedge? Your earthquake risk right now is so fucking high. I don't usually call nothing on this side. I am today. It's actually right about here. All the lines are intersected. There's a massive interference pattern of EMF waveforms there. Huge right up through here. Really big blast here, here precisely where I'm pointing. It's going to hit as, and this is last frame beam. Okay? Huge one came across. As your ears start ringing, I'm going to go back. That's 2 hours, 3 hours. That ain't a glitch. It's a radar sweep. Now she'll move with it. See the sweep? Where is it pointing at? A well-known super dark Tiger station. You got a lot of weather manipulation going on. And that forces a block here that forces that up and around. So this has to go over the top, do the up and around move, and flood where the fuck they want it. And that's what I get to say about that. Take it, have it. There's your info. And that's about the best radar image I can get as the flow comes up and over. See, this is going to come back and visit you again, these chem bombs that I showed you earlier. So the flow through here is being done with 3 beams. And that's why there's no clouds in this spot where the hand is moving. Because of what I just showed you on Mimic TPW. I'll be happy to pop you a link to that many times. Or just type Mimic TPW 2. You'll come up with that yourself. Because everything I use on here is public information. And, well, I have to use premium service to show you Windy. Yeah, because of their copyrights. Capulation rates. Yeah, when they're lying to you about. Come on. I see all this here, right? Now, if I put on a weather radar for here, what do you get? I get a beam shooting down from Auckland. Right? It's manipulating right here. See it? Right here. That frame is showing weather manipulation from Auckland. That beam's going to keep going on. That's just its circle of return of what it calculates for a radar image. And right then it gives you nothing. Nothing. What do you, once an hour they're going to give you one image? It has not moved at all. And then when you do get something, you get no data. You guys don't get safe weather forecasts. There's nowhere for a person to go and determine for themselves, am it safe for me to go outside today? What coat do I need? Is it the light jacket, no jacket, weather coat, a hurricane thing? Am I going to be Mary Poppins if I have my umbrella down there at the coast today? I mean, what's going to go on? It's very sad. Well, you have to ask people in Messenger, is it raining at your house and is it coming my way? Right, let's see some of the, we can do some cameras here. Let's see what we saw today. You still get all that slash down there. And a rainbow, a cambo. See all that stuff on the shore? You don't want to get caught in it. My gosh, you got to scoop that stuff up. It's firewood, it's free. You heat your house all winter with all that stuff down there. We got a different camera to look at here. Your bridges are looking all right down in Gisborne. I wouldn't hesitate to use the one over there at Gisborne West. No problems that I can see going on. Everything's fine. Let me zoom back. I think that might help. Huh? Everything's looking fine. What's that say? Canna Brita did it E. Why did they block that out? Somebody going across the bridge they don't want us to see? Half the bridge was blotted out. Something going on here? What's up with this? Why did they pixelate from here to here? What's wrong with the bridge? Oh, look at the column is shifted. Oh, this is bad. Go check this bridge. Be careful. Oh my God. That column is not right. Oh, wait a minute. All of them got that angle. When did that shift? And why are they hiding half the bridge on the image? What's going on here? It looks like it's collapsed, part of this. I don't know. Something don't look right. Hey, something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong, and that's Gisborne Council District Picture. Had not done, that was done today's. That's today's image, 4 hours ago. What's going on with that? Why did they blot out half the bridge? Exactly. What are they hiding? What congressman's son who got in trouble on the bridge and they don't want you to see it? So I've done give you your forecast. I've done showed you the chem bombs. I've showed you the new snow for the mountains of the various spots. I wished you well, and I wanted to show some chem shots. Where was the worst ones I seen in the pictures today? Some horrible conditions here. That's not a very good camera. And Cush Harbor was a crime scene around here. If I can get one looking east. Oh, that's not the one I like. That's a bubble eye camera. Let's see what we get over Cush. Oh, Starry Night. Isn't that beautiful? A blanket. And the stars. Oh, that's nice. You guys, who was complaining about your skies? Who said that? Your bridge is looking clean and green. It's very enjoyable looking, actually. Let's go down to the park. Well, that's it. You gotta remember this, folks. If it's gonna take all of us to fix this shit, or it's gonna be shit. Absolute stained shit. Blasted shit. And well, you can't paint a turd. But that was a reflection of me because I decided to show on our screen. This is called Did I Catch You With Your Pants Down? I even loaded this yet today. Alright, so let's take a close-up look at some of the conditions. And first thing I see is a star. The old chocolate starfish right in the sky. Obviously a shape-charged firework has been deployed there. I look down here at the low deck. Look like a demon. A demon's having a party over here right off the low deck. This one's farting. Because that's what it looks like. That's my imaginary and I'm sticking with it. That's that kid from the movie Mask. Lots of frying lines here. Bzzz. Hey, yeah, we always have big squares off the coast in areas that we want to have earthquakes in. Come on. Contamination, that is. Orca, now. Is it any more obvious that some weather manipulation is going on than this picture right here? How much more do you need, New Zealand? You got to hit you in the head with that war club, the smaller one that the women wear around their necks for when you come home too late. I think maybe we should just start doling out smacking kids just for being stupid. Well, there's a number 4 right in the sky. But I bet you know the scores and averages of all your festival players. But you couldn't determine that the square in your sky looking like the king's crown over here isn't nothing but geoengineering. Nothing but it. Straight lines like this in your sky. It's obvious. Weather manipulation here. Look at the shadow it put down. The poor trees under there. They didn't get to photosynthesize efficiently. Why? Because man said block the sun. Man says deploy a big bomb field over here and that's Christchurch over here. It's just a crime scene. Look at this out here to sea. Another obviousness. Oh, the lines are beginning to appear. They didn't get long of taking your pants down before they figured out, oh shit, he's going to load that screen. Are they going here yet? And a boogeyman off the coast over here. Woo! Look under the clouds. The big hook here with a big S, because they're writing the word shit right in the sky, right over the top of you. Ooh. You see the crest? It's like the bird is singing. Ooh, a big long neck. My imaginarium has no bounds. All right, let's go over here and see what we see. First thing I see on the zoom back is a square. I look back here, I just see an absolute square, 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 square. Bzzz, fryer is that. We really don't have a huge amount of imagery for Australia today. Okay, that's just imagery lines. Those ones going across. But those dots are chemabs. Chem bam bamby bendy 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 bomb bomb bomb. They love you so you're screwed. Fuck the voice. Use your own voice. Don't you elect every party should be your voice? What the fuck is up with that? It's the most ignorant thing I ever heard for a name of a political party, other than the one that said vote Dan out, that really the votes were going to get him in. Fools. What kind of fool? What kind of fool? Should we zip across the Pacific? Whammo. And have a quick look at the fires? Why not? Because when you zoom in on the fires, there's there's no chemtrails in Canada. Bullshit. Whoever said there was no chemtrails in Canada, I call bullshit. You have a whole lot of flights out here. Is this that popular of a destination? Or would you say that they're bombing you? Or they're poisoning you while they're taking extra long flights to drop a bucket of water on something? That they probably seem to have caused. And when I start measuring the distances between the fires as we look down here in somebody's neighborhood going up, it very much saddens me, all these toxins in this smoke just going on up into the air. And there's a chem over the top. Look at the shadow that's created. Fire over here, fire over there. Chemtrail, chemtrail, chemtrail. Chemtrail, chemtrail, chemtrail. In tic-tac-toe, when we play tic-tac-toe, nobody wins. Didn't we learn that in that movie War Game? Would you like to play a game? Folks, they're killing us. The color's on. And the evidence is right above your head. You know? Should be a borderless world. But yet, borders are used to sacrifice our children because a flag gets waved. But yet you never see the freedom. Now ask any old pensioner now how he feels about the freedom, let's say from Iwo Jima. How do you feel about how it's gone? You veterans of these wars. Well, these generations criticized the fact that they had to drop a nuclear bomb or did this. Well, that soldier didn't do that. And well, how many lives were saved? How many were then? Or we all got pitted against each other. And I look over here and I see a sweat sticker. I see the lines that can make one right in the sky over here. Over near in Pennsylvania, where, you know, the Declaration of Independence was read out for the first time and signed days before that. See the 4 in the sky? This is geoengineering over the Appalachian Trail. I don't know, I see a trail of shit over the center of the United States, Indiana and all that right down here. Microwave blast down here with bombs in it. Chemicals to nucleate the waveform. Keep it propagating. Magnetic particles streaming down and just beginning to get the shit straight treatment. They didn't expect me here. I tell you, they're really censoring my work very hard. So right, with that blast blurriness, I'm going to look you guys in the eye one last time. Come on. Hey, I'm just going to try to aim this. It's not letting me turn the video around. It's stuck on some stupid reactions. Right, I'm going to have to figure out how to get my screen to shut off. Don't hold your video like that. Rotate your device. You know, I have a problem. It's not doing something. It's locked my screen. So, I don't know how to end my video. And I don't know what these are. What is going on here? I've lost control of my screen. Anyways, I'm going to cut off my phone. It's locked up. Big love, peace.